Good evening and thanks for joining us. As July approaches and we're all exhausted by the pandemic, there is cause for both a bit of relief about our situation in Canada and some trepidation about other countries. The World Health Organization warns the world is nowhere close to conquering COVID-19 and the worst is yet to come.
The hard reality is this is not even close to being over. The pandemic is actually speeding up.
First, though, a look at the United States. More than 2.6 million people there have tested positive for COVID-19, and case numbers are rising sharply by the day. Over the last week, dozens of states recorded a major uptick. And the three states with the biggest populations, California, Texas, and Florida, are hardest hit. In just 7 days, they've each recorded more than 40,000 new cases. And in the states that were among the first to reopen, including Florida and Texas, restrictions are now being reimposed, including closing beaches and bars. Jackson Proskow reports.
Americans have found no vacation from the virus as COVID-19 cases surge out of control, prompting several states to bring back restrictions.
We know that if we stay open, we'll have a crowd here.
Florida cities are closing beaches ahead of the 4th of July long weekend. Bars are closed and restaurants are back to limited seating in California and Texas. A fresh rush to slow the spread that comes too late.
It's hard not to look at it and say, why did people stay at home and then only to go back so quickly without taking good social distancing measures?
Case numbers and hospitalizations are now rising in most states, most rapidly in the South. Major cities in Texas and Arizona have nearly run out of ICU beds. Deaths, which often lag weeks behind, are expected to soar.
We're going to see that number go up over the course of the next 30 days as the cases in younger adults do spread to older individuals.
It feels like it happened in the blink of an eye.
Danielle Lopez says her uncle, Tommy Macias, contracted COVID-19 after venturing out to a backyard barbecue in California 2 weeks ago. He later died.
I hate to think that he left worrying about all of us left behind and that he may have potentially infected somebody in our family.
Uncontained transmission remains a major concern, with warnings the U.S. risks losing control of the pandemic. That hasn't stopped some states from pressing ahead with their phased reopening plans. Once the epicenter, New York will begin a limited return to indoor public spaces next week, but Broadway will stay dark until at least January.
Should places that have lower case numbers right now be pressing the pause button?
I would think so. I would think they'd want to see what's happening in other places and decide that maybe we should slow down a little bit.
Heeding that advice, New Jersey scrapped plans to allow a return to indoor dining this week, as America finds itself unable to bring the virus under control. Jackson Proskow, Global News, Washington.